School never made me happy. I never understood it. In elementary school, I thought, why do I have to get up early every morning and spend almost every day of my childhood in a classroom learning things that would never help me in my future? I hated it. I would have rather spent every day in my room playing guitar, drawing fictional characters, or writing stories to go along with them. It took me a while to finally realize how important school really was. I began taking more interest in my education during middle school. By the 6th grade, I was playing 3 sports, and by the 8th grade, I found that I was very good at these sports. I was told by everyone that these sports were what made me, and that my future lay on the path of an athlete. So without any consideration of what made me happy, I bought it. I dedicated every minute of my life to my academics and my athletics, so that hopefully I could get a full-ride scholarship to a good college. That was as far as my vision stretched. I had no idea what I would do once I got into this college. I just knew that I had to get there. I dropped all the things that used to make me happy. I stopped playing guitar, I stopped drawing. By the time high school rolled around, I was a tri-sport athlete with a 4.0 GPA. It was who I was told to be. But I continued to think to myself, did all this really make me happy? As I continued to grow up, I began looking at the world through a wider lens. I questioned where I was going with my life. After high school, where would I go? I had physically stopped growing, so I wasn't big and strong like the rest of my teammates. How could I possibly make a career out of my experience in sports? At the same time, I had been experiencing chronic back pain, but my athletics were so important to my future that I simply ignored it. I continued to play despite my self-doubts. I remained a tri-sport athlete with straight A's until a few months after sophomore year started. I got sick and ended up missing just over a month of school. As a student enrolled in AP European History and English 10 honors, it was hard to miss that much class time. I was bedridden the entire time. With nothing to do, I found time to reflect on the past few years of my life. I came to the conclusion that I was not happy, and that my happiness was most important to me. I also found more time to draw. When I came back, I had fallen so far behind in my classes that I was now failing them. I decided to drop the higher level classes and focus on passing the easier ones. The pain in my spine was due to a bulging disc, and it only got worse. So I also decided to quit sports, all 3 of them. It seemed like the past 5 years of my life had gone to waste. Now that I no longer had sports practices to attend after school, I could focus more on my education. I had always thought of school as general education, like the only things I could learn were math, science, English, and history. But I was proven wrong when I began taking more electives. Enrolling in classes like video production and life drawing, I found myself becoming happier as I expressed my creativity through art. I felt almost nostalgic. I had forgotten how much I used to love drawing and animating. It truly made me happy. Now that I am nearing the end of my journey, I look back at the years I spent playing sports, the years that I thought went to waste in honors classes, and I realized it was all necessary. I needed to figure out who I was and what made me happy. Of all the dates in history, grammar concepts, and mathematical formulas, the one thing that I learned that will carry with me the rest of my life is the greatest lesson school has taught me. Being successful is not the most important thing. Having people tell you they are proud of you because you have straight A's or play 3 sports is not the most important thing. My years in school taught me the most important thing in life is my happiness. Different things make different people happy. Some are top students, some are star athletes, some are aspiring artists. But without the opportunities that school gave me, without all my mistakes and how I learned from them, I would have never found myself. In the end, I grew to love school more than I ever thought I would. And I have found that I am truly happy. That is the most important thing.